We were actually able to find a translator, Alla Dershtaller, who was joining us live on the phone, who listened to that video and was actually, she's a professional interpreter, and was able to tell us what he said or what he was doing.
Help us understand what you saw and what you heard.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Actually, the guy seems to know 6 languages. He was speaking in Russian, Armenian, Dagestanian, Ossetian, Kabardinian, and Georgian languages.
Wow.
All with very good accents. The first phrase was in the Russian language. That's the only one I understood, but the other messages in the other language were interspersed with Russian words, and what I gathered is the following. We came here to Moscow. You are my brother. Show me that person who is after you, and we're going to get him. I have my grandfather's knife, and I'm going to rip him apart. Whoever is going to point their finger at Americans, whoever is going to point their finger at Chechnya is going to be ripped apart and dealt with.
Some very compelling and very interesting, because earlier we had heard when someone was initially translating this, they were saying, oh, it's just a guy that was joking around, that there really wasn't anything.
Yeah, help us understand, Alla, we appreciate your time. Help us understand his demeanor. Was this a guy that was being angry and threatening, or was this a kid that was joking around?
No, that was the guy that... Actually, there was only one guy speaking.
I understand, but I'm just asking you to describe him.
He was changing voices.
Okay.
And joking around. The other people were, I could tell in the background, there were other voices that were responding and joking around.
So
you were absolutely right.
In hearing this and just listening to the translation that you just read, it almost sounded like it did seem like it was threatening in a way, just saying that, oh, we'll have whoever's responsible and we'll come after them.
Points their finger at Chechnya. Much of what is written on the website is in, am I correct, is it Cyrillic, which of course I cannot read. Have you been able to read? Because
I looked at it.
Okay.
I looked at it, and basically it said, didn't write it down. I didn't know that that was needed for translation, but from memory, it said that don't judge Muslims by their actions, judge them from the point of view of the Quran, and that's basically all it said.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, and some of the only English I've been able to read on the website was posted by others. There's some very threatening things, death to America, death to the invaders, but there, of course, is no way to know if that was a sentiment that Dzhokhar has himself.
And something else. Something else I wanted to ask you as well. Of course, you were saying, like in this video, and we are playing it right now on our screen, he was speaking 6 different languages. Is that something that's very common for someone who maybe is from the Republic of Chechnya?
No, not at all.
Okay.
They're all absolutely different. They're not dialects. They're separate individual languages with their own alphabet, their own history, their own roots. So it's very uncommon for a person to be speaking that many languages. And actually, I lived in Georgia for a while, and I know for a fact that maybe an Armenian who used to live in Georgia knows some Georgian, but it's very rare to know all of those languages.
We know that the older brother was an engineering student, and can we presume by what you've said with his gift for languages, I mean, this is a very, very bright and well-educated 19-year-old. Is that a safe assumption?
Probably. It's very possible.
Yeah, don't let me put words in your mouth, but I find it remarkable that someone can speak 6 completely different languages.
Oh, absolutely. It's very remarkable.
Okay. We appreciate your time. I know you are much in demand this morning, and you've been helping a number of television stations understand more about this person, and we appreciate you taking time to talk to us.